Hello, everybody. Luke Newton here from LockedOn, co-founder and CEO. And today we'll be taking you through our agent profile websites. Now, as it says on the screen, these are things that you can literally set up in minutes. We've been through these before and we've showed people them and we're getting some great results with them. But for the people that haven't started using this is inside your account, Locked On Plus now. And it'll give you the ability to really get your own profile website up and running using all your Locked On data very, very quickly. If we go into this is the old way of how the profile sites used to be created. Locked On's very exclusive in this particular market where we're the only CRM that has all this technology built into your actual CRM to be able to build these sites on the fly. The old way was that it was very expensive and complicated setup. You need to find a web developer, you'd have to get your own domain, you have to send them content, and they'd build it. It was a very static site. So it just stayed there, it was dormant, never got updated, where this is live, updating with your listings, updating with your blogs and articles that you're putting into the system. So we're going to go through all that whole process. It takes us to the next point where it wasn't updated automatically. So if you wanted to make changes, you're obviously going back and forth with your web designer. And you would then be asking them to update things. And that would obviously cost you money as well. And it looks like we've got Aaron Shiner jumped on online with us now. How are you going, Aaron?
You're killing me, Luke.
I think I gave Aaron the wrong time, the start time, everyone. So that was my bad.
100%. I literally just got off a coaching, like the corporate coaching session with Peered in WA. So I've got every Peered office. And then I've got you blowing up my phone. I'm like, well, we're at 1:30. So I'm half an hour early.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky that it finished at 12. So sorry for hijacking your intro, Luke.
You're all right. You're right. We just did a basic intro, which was just covering off on the new feature, and we're just talking about the old way that agent sites used to be created.
Well, I'll let you continue on, but go forward. Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's doing really well. Really looking forward to today's coaching session. I'm going to go through, have a look at some of the names in the chat, but looking forward to showing you this exciting.
Yeah, for the people that don't know, and I'm sure everyone does, Aaron Shiner is also a co-founder of Locked On, and a lot of the stuff that we're showing you is pretty much just come from his research with agents and what they're after and what they need, and then he passes all of that on to us, and we get to work with building a lot of this, these tools and features that he recommends. So that's Aaron's role in the company, and he's here to sort of explain it, more of a sales technique, and I'll give you the technology side of it all.
Cool.
So yeah, the old sites, they were costly to maintain. So you'd be looking at hosting your own site. You'd have to then pay them to host it, manage it. It wasn't updated automatically, and the setup was quite expensive. The designs weren't great. You know, we've seen the designs get better over time, but overall, the designs of your sites weren't great. Now, the new way of doing agent profile sites is through Locked On, inside your CRM, controlled by all the data that you have, input it against you, your properties, and what you can create inside. Now, we can set this up in minutes, and we're going to see that today. It's fully integrated. So what that means is that every bit of data on this site is being pulled directly from your CRM. So as long as you can log into your CRM, you can make changes to your site, which are reflected instantly. We have the ability to add testimonials, articles, sales, and a whole lot more. And yet again, it's beautifully designed by our other co-founder, Ian French, and it works well on any device.
Can I just say something, Luke?
Yeah.
I work with a lot of agents that have an agent profile site, and here's always the biggest challenge that they've got. It's a standalone product by an independent company, so they've got to make it, and then what happens is it dates really quickly.
Yeah.
They date really quickly. Oh, I need to update my sales. So then it's a manual process. It's not pulling dynamic, which is live active data from the CRM. Oh, I need to update this. And what happens is there's these exorbitant hosting fees each month, you know, and you can tell me what they bet better than I am, what I can, from $200 to $300 a month, some just for hosting this sort of thing. But then every time you need to make a change, they charge you for it. Or even if they don't charge, there's this huge delay in from implementing it, wanting the change to actual implementation. So what happens is it all just gets too hard. Don't worry about it. I just won't have the site. So what we saw was there was this real opportunity. You know, agents need a profile site to stand out so people know who you are. Like I said in my email, if you got that invite, it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. One of these sites is critical, but we need it to be easy to maintain and we want it to be cheap.
Yeah. And that's where Locked On comes in. So that's kind of the intro to it all. And I'm going to jump into Locked On now. We're going to start to show you the sort of technology behind it. So I'll just open that up now. And I thought that the best way to sort of show this was I'd like to show you the end result first, and then show you how it sort of comes together. So if we're looking at this as an end result, I'm going to bring up one on the screen now, and you'll be able to see this in a second. So I'll just get this ready and I'll bring this up. Where's the, okay, so now what you're seeing here is an agent profile site built through Locked On, all about Jack. And Jack has done very minimal to get this site up and running. He basically picked an image that you can see at the top, which he's created and has probably done a bit of work through, using a bit of Photoshop skills that he's got. And it's a nice image at the top that presents well on the phone or the device. His agent bio is coming directly from his Locked On account with his social links. And we're going to go into this. His statistics is something that he can update daily, weekly, monthly, which will represent on the page. Shows a photo of him and the team. And then we go into a profile, which we have there is his agent profile video. Now the profile video, if the link doesn't work, we'll kind of go gray like that, but we'll make sure he has a correct link in there and we'll show you that. And then we got more about Jack. So it's an extended bio there. Now this is pulling his listings from the office and showing the current listings that he has.
So this is live data. So this means it's dynamic. So whatever changes in the CRM makes changes on the website, and you don't have to have this old, stale, crusty thing you've got to manually update.
Yeah, and sorted new to old, obviously. So we're looking at his recent sales as well, and that's sorted new to old. And we show 9, and you can flick through pages. We then go into testimonials, and then we have the articles that he's written and put on his site. But here's where it gets really, really good, is that on every one of your pages, you go down and you've got the get free appraisal as the default form. And we also have the contact Jack if they wish to contact you, just 2 different forms, but generally you're always landing at the get free appraisal. And at the bottom, you have a really nice footer there. So if we're looking at this and we start to see his site, the other thing that I want to show you is if I scroll back up to the top, with Jack's, we've actually got this on jackwilsonrea.com. We have this one at Melissa Shembry. We have Dean Derviston at his address. And these are all sites created inside of Locked On. But I thought I'd show you the end product first so that you can visually see it and go, yes, it is a slick design. It's impressive. It really flows well. It's a 1-page document. And if you get into the properties and you click into them, well, it opens up the specific property microsite from Locked On. And these microsites are a whole nother webinar, but that's a specific property website that allows you to display it, built by Locked On, all of everything you need in a property, with also ability to add documents and resources to this.
Well, the best way to say it is it's a dedicated website specifically for that property.
Yeah.
Can you go to Melissa's one? Because there's some things on Melissa's that I saw that I really liked.
Yes, and they do vary. Some of these are different. I'll take you through all the settings. But yeah, we're looking at Melissa's live one on her domain now, and the big call to action, book appraisal, which drops you straight down here. So we'll talk about that and the setup. But what we've been doing with a lot of the agents that are setting up these sites is saying, look, you want to promote yourself and in your area, and whether you're in a business or an office or you're an agent, you generally have a patch that you're well known in. And if you're doing just sold and just listers or any sort of marketing out there, you can use a QR code generator, and this one, Google Chrome, has its own. Obviously not really good to use a little dinosaur there, but you can download that and put that on all your marketing. And when they scan that, it's going to take them to the AS form, which drops them straight here on your page. So they will be landing on your agent profile page, filling in the form. And if they want to, they can scroll around and see more of the site and see more about you, or you could direct them to a different part of your site by using the QR code. But that's a very, very powerful thing when you're trying to promote yourself in an area where you're the expert. And you can probably chime in there, Aaron, where it's all about sort of, yes, the brand, but we want to build your profile.
Yeah, well, look, somebody woke up this morning and decided to list their house. And if they didn't list with you, it's probably because they didn't know you. And this is, not just about the brand. You are the brand, right? That's the person they list with. So it's certainly, this is the stuff that can go on letterbox shops. This is the stuff that can this is the stuff that you can put on your Facebook marketing, your digital marketing, because there's a website all dedicated to you. You can see there when you click Melissa's video, it automatically, popped up to see her profile video. It looks awesome. Next thing that I really like about Melissa's site is she's got like free resources that you can download as well. So you can see there, look, 5 tips for selling ebook. There's only one little thing that I would change on that. Instead of having Melissa's face on the ebook, I'd have an image of the ebook. Then right where
that's customizable to them. That's what she's picked. So it's
you can choose anything there, right?
Yeah.
But I just have a photo of the ebook so they know that that's what they're getting. And then I download it, the testimonial scroll, they update live straight out of Locked On. It's amazing. But the best part about this is, right, they can click request an appraisal, and then you can set up automation straight out of it too. So the second they click request an appraisal, the second they do it, and they give you those details, we can send them an email that says, hey, thanks, we just got your inquiry. Looking forward to speaking with you soon. I'll be back to you shortly. That email can automatically go out. And because it's hooked up to your CRM, it can also send out SMS too. Hey, I just got your request for an appraisal. So I might text you now. I just got your request for an appraisal. I'll be in contact with you soon. While you wait, why don't you just check out my agent profile video in case you missed it on the site? Bang. You can set up automation and triggers to happen straight off that web form. No more just getting an email saying such and such has inquired. You can literally start handling that inquiry automatically from the second it comes in. It's absolutely killer.
Yeah, and the automation and that, it's something that we're definitely getting better at, and the forms coming in and then sending off the SMS and the email. So they're things that you can build quite easy inside Locked On through the template builder. You create the SMS, the email, and it fires them off once that form's filled in to the particular person. Now, let's look at how this comes together. So if we go into the dashboard in my test account, this is how we piece this together. And if all of our existing Locked On users, you've got Locked On Plus free for this year. All the people that have signed up now, this is part of Locked On Plus subscription. For anyone who hasn't seen Locked On before, well, this is what Locked On Plus is. In the My Details area, every single one of your users or staff will have the ability to go to Agent Profile site and customize page. And it will load a blank one to start. The first thing that we can see is the menu. And then this is very similar to our pre-list. Aaron and I did a pre-list presentation about a month ago on how that works. But you'll see that all of this is building website technology that we've built into components. So every part of the website is what we call a component. And if I look at the menu, you're able to see that I can use my background color or I can use my highlight color. And they're the two office color settings I've had. So I like to use my black one. And we can see that we can adjust my logo height. So you've got certain things that you can do in regards to tweaking and modifying how the page operates. If we go into the header, and I'm going to go through these.
Can I say this, Luke? You don't have to be a computer designer.
It's very important.
Dropping and dragging a bar, or saying I want this color or this color through a radio button. It's really, it's made for agents. So I can do this. You don't have to send it off to your graphics guy.
Yeah, and you can see if you wanted just a plain color, you've got these options here. But what we're trying to get you to do here is pick a really nice image. And I just want to go back to the 3. Like, look at this nice image, photo of themselves, and kind of enough like sort of contrast to have the writing stand out over on the left is important. So you can see it's kind of got a film over this one, and then her picture's really bright. And then Jack's again is very similar. He's placed it so he's got like a nice image where his writing stands out at the top, and he's used an actual text with image. So you can get very creative with the first thing they see above the fold, which is this. Now, if I go into my background image and I hit the upload option, you'll see that you can basically save any image you want. And I'm just going to grab one that I've saved before, and this is going to load. It will open up our advanced image editor. And you're able to move, position, crop, filter, tune. I'm not going to go into all these things, but it's basically Instagram inside of our image uploader now. You can add emojis and write text on this. There's a whole lot of tools that you can do. But if I hit the save,
putting the waving hand and stuff on our websites.
Yeah, we can do all the little emojis and things. So you can see how like that looks instantly. So you've just built a website with a beautiful image, and now you can put your heading in and then the tagline. So we're just going to put in here, Dole's Point number one agent. Everyone's number one, aren't they, Aaron?
Yes, of course. Well, that's what our grandmas tell us, so it must be true.
Must be true. And then the tagline. So I will get you sold. Now, that's just anything there, but I'm just showing you that you can put in a paragraph, you can put in a sentence, and then you have the ability to customize the button. Now it's defaulted to book an appraisal, but you can change that wording here to contact me.
I'd have start a conversation.
Yeah, okay, cool. So let's just do start a conversation. Okay, and conversation, and we've got that there.
Perfect.
Okay, so now we move down into our agent bio, and the agent bio is picked directly from the user profile. So this is really something you cannot edit. There's a little option there to get rid of the name, but if I just save and close, I want to jump out of the editing of the page, which is really easy to get to, and look at this other tab in my details called agent bio. This is something that is very easy to set up. We want you to have a heading, a short paragraph of your agent bio, so 1 to 2 features, and we just put in there, like, 5 or 6 of your best points about real estate, your best sale, how many days on market you have, you're the number one agent, what awards you've won. And then you set up your website links, which get used in buttons. So we have a link to your full profile on your website, we have a link to your website homepage, and we have a link to all your listings. They're the 3 ones you need in the website area. And then you have your video profile, which is my profile video. The extended one is we would highly suggest that you get, a good copywriter to write an extended bio about you. If you just want to do this, spend a little bit of money and get some good text written. But this one needs to be probably an A4 document, a page, and that's going to be more detailed about you, where the top's just a quick intro, and they get used in different parts of it. And then you have this image that goes inside the particular middle part of our page. So that tells you the dimensions of what you need. Now, setting up this, it could be literally 10 minutes. If you have all this information on your website already, you're just copy and pasting and putting in some bullet points and links. For people that need to write, it's going to take a bit more time, but it's super easy once you've got the content. Now, back to our profile site, if I go into the customize page option, all of that is coming from directly there. And
but
the
isn't that
social
cool? If you just want to make an update to your website, you literally just go fill in some text box, like literally fill in some text boxes. So just make a change to you're the number 4 agent instead of it's as simple as typing that, clicking in 2023, 22, whatever, done. Right. Yep. It's now going to update that live on your website.
And if my mobile number changed or my email changed, or I got another social profile that I wanted to put on there, YouTube. So we can basically, I've already got a YouTube, I have Instagram. Yeah. So I'll just going to copy that for the sake of it.
AOL, we're all set up for the States.
So there's Instagram there, and these reflect instantly. If we go into the profile site and we then go into the customized page, we start to see, okay, well, these things are starting to show in my details. Yep. So we can see that there. Now the statistics is an important part. So the statistics and what we found, and we were looking at doing this automatic, but it's hard when people aren't 100% into the database. So there might be one thing they haven't put in, or one sale, or they only started using LockedOn a couple of months ago. It's really going to throw out these statistics. So we went with the idea for now is that in the stats, it's all controlled by you. And you can then change and adjust daily, weekly, monthly as you need. So if I sold something and I was at 113, I'm going to put that to 114. And then my total value from 250 mil might go up to 265. Okay, average days on market, that went down to 29. See, everything I'm changing here is now starting to represent straight away. So it was a house I sold, so I put that to 426. So that's really, really fast to keep your stats pretty accurate for someone to see about you. And you then drop down into the...
And I can use that little slide bar to make that one stand out. Like let's just say I really want to sort of focus on my total value of value sold. Can you slide that bar bigger?
Well, the bar is just the numbers. It's not the thickness of it.
Gotcha. I thought it was the size.
Yeah, these are all preset. Yeah. So then you drop down into the agent bio, and this is the extended one where it has the image. And I really like what Jack's done with his, where you can see that it's the team. So yes, the site's about him, but there is more people to his business, and that's where the video shows. And then it goes into his extended bio. So if we go back to mine, there's my extended bio. There's my video link, which will show the play button. And we then drop into the next part, which is let's call kind of the call to action, where this button at the top will drop us down to the start a conversation of book appraisal, takes us to looking at our call to action. Sorry, it goes down to the form, but this is another call to action to get down to the book appraisal form. Now, Melissa's done this one exceptionally well here, where we scroll down and we can see that easy to follow steps for a successful transaction. This could be, 5 bullet points about anything. Why sell with me? What my previous vendors enjoyed. How I can make you get, how I can get you to sold. This is
How
a
about
nice
five steps from going from sale to sold?
Yep.
How
exactly.
about 5 steps to selling? Selling before winter, whatever. There's a million different things.
Yeah, you can change it for seasons. I don't think we're looking at Jackson that now. Jackson Dean don't have it, but they've turned that off on theirs, and that's Melissa's got it there. But that's a really nice one with some text, tick points, and then book appraisal, which drops us down. That's an image of an area. Now inside
5 steps to selling in winter.
Yeah, and inside my particular profile page, I just want to show you how easy it is to turn something off. So I click that little eye icon, and that will hide that. So that will turn that off. You can see it here in the editor still, but that will turn that off on my actual site now. So it's not going to be live. We then go down into, that's the extended agent bio I turned off, the agent about steps, which we'll just drop into now. If I turn that off, it hides it. Okay, so it's all live here. So in the property listings, you're generally not going to turn this off, but it shows your current listings and recently sold. And then your call to action. So your call to action allows you to upload the document. You'll also get to change the label and the text, and you'll see the free download, which you can change the button to. You were right, Aaron. Actually, it's picking the profile picture of the person. So we'll get a little editor there to upload a different photo.
I'd have a different photo.
Yeah, we'll put that in. Now, the testimonials and the articles, this is where the agent can select from the office testimonials or their account what ones they want to show on their page. That was a new one that I got from the sale that I just added. So now I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 testimonials showing that they can flick through. All of these testimonials, if I just save this, are saved in your marketing section of Locked On in the testimonial section. So you can see I've got 5 and you can view them, and it's really easy to add a new one by using the add testimonials. Every time you get a testimonial from a seller or vendor, you put that into here. And if I go back into my details and I really want to update my agent profile site, I can customize that, drop down into my testimonial section, and I may remove the last one and just keep the most recent ones there. It's purely up to you, but you can have as many as you want and it'll just flick through.
And how do I select them, Luke? So if I'm a consumer, how do I just add to, okay, I've got 3, let's just say I've got 3 testimonials and I want to add a few more. How do I add them?
Yep. So this is the selector of the ones you've added to Locked On. That's what I just showed. So back here in the marketing is where you'll be able to add testimonials, and they live inside Locked On. So when I hit add, you're selecting what property it was you sold.
Yeah.
You then pick, was it from the vendor or purchaser in the connection? Yep. It'll load the property address in, and then you paste your testimonial in. You can put a photo with it.
No, I understand that part. That's cool. But what I'm trying to get at is, so for that page, I want what ones I want to actually add. Not how do I load in a testimonial, but how do I choose which ones I want to display on my page?
Oh yeah, that was back here. So I was looking at the select testimonial drop down.
That's exactly right. So you've got a drop down.
Yep, drop down, and I pick those 3, and then they're the 3 I want.
Got you.
And I can change that as I put new ones in.
And what you noticed, everybody, as you're selecting, like the drop down gets smaller, now you've got none left.
None left.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is the same with my articles. So in my business, like let's pretend I don't have any articles written and I write 3 new ones, you'll see them here. So these particular ones on my site, it's really good to have your articles relate to what, time we're in. Is it summer? Is it selling in winter? Is it autumn? Is it about your last record sale? Is it something really important that's going on in your area? Like this should be relevant to, what's happening for you, the industry, and in your area.
And if you need to get article ideas, go to realestate.com, go to domain. There's a million different types of article ideas that you can get, change, edit, and then you don't need 50 articles. You have 10, and you can sort of rotate them. Have some that are evergreen, that are seasonal, and you can change them. But it's good to have articles. Content is king with this sort of stuff. Yeah.
And look, there's some there that are evergreen, like a first offer syndrome one would be something that you could leave there forever. But I think you always need to probably have the first 1 or 2 related to the season or what's going on now and what's happening in your area. So it's very easy to update. And again, just if I go back into Locked On, if you're an agent or an office admin, you can go into marketing into the articles and you can just add a new article, give it a heading, text, pick that it was published by. if it links back to a page on your website that you currently have this blog, you can put the link in there and then pick an image and publish it. And then that's it. So you'll see that that will then create your articles, and I'll just delete that fake one. But I just want to show you, we'll show you it live, how they look when people click on it. So back again into the agent's profile site, we're nearly at the end of customizing all of this. So we've collected our articles, we've got a free download, we've got our testimonials, we get down to the forms, and this is where you've got your contact forms. There's really no customization here. It's just you've got the contact and the free appraisal that sit at the bottom. And then you've got your footer. So the last two things you're really not changing unless you just want to change the colors that are on this. Now, that's using your company colors that are set in your theme. And we've gone through this in detail in about 10, 15 minutes. Now, this is where we're saying you can have your site done in 10, 15 minutes. So let's pretend we've just finished it. I then hit the preview option, and this lives on our domain. So it grabs your name, it lives on agentlive.com.au, and my site is now live. I can advertise this wherever I want. The difference here is that these guys are paying for it to be hosted on their personal names and their domain.
When you say paying for it, what does that mean?
So the agentlive.com.au is our domain where the sites are free. Yep. To host it on your own domain, it then needs to live on our server, and we've got to support that, and it's $19 a month to put those on your domain there. So these are the costs associated with going onto your own. Now, agentlive.com.au, you don't need to put that everywhere. You just put the QR code everywhere. So the QR code lives on your marketing when you put sending that out, and people scan and it drops it there to your name here. But you'll get this site here ready to go now with all your socials, your details, my statistics, the video showing, and you can see my details, listings, sales, download. It's crazy to think
the technology now exists that you can create an agent profile site in, let's just say it's an hour, right? So let's just say two. Let's just say you really spend a lot of time on it. It's 2 hours in mucking around with the graphic at the top and changing it. But in 2 hours, you can create an actual agent profile site and be live.
Yeah.
At the end of it instantly. This used to be like a 2-month process going backwards and forwards with an internet company, supplying details, extra. Oh, we need to make
the setup would have been at least weeks.
Thousands of dollars. Now it's just part of this, it's complimentary. It's part of the subscription. And now it's good to go. Like you can spin this up and have it. You for all your letterbox shops, your social media stuff, your emails to the database, your database marketing. Like this is like, how about even if you do this? Have a happy Easter, enjoy the holidays, stay safe, don't eat too much chocolate. Kind regards, Aaron Shiner. I'll put the link to my agent profile site at the bottom of my text.
Yeah.
Or it now becomes part of my footer image and my link at the bottom of my email.
And that's a very good thing that you've just picked up on, because you can copy this once you've got it set up and you're happy with it, because it is live instantly.
Yeah.
And inside Locked On in the My Details, when you have your signature, you can actually, everyone can have their own banner if they don't want the logo one there, but I can link that to that site now. So it's actually a banner link that on every email I sent out of my CRM, I could change this to visit my profile site and create a nice banner for it. And then it links to that now, which is there instead of the office one. So you're exactly right. It's live. You can use it wherever you want. And the other thing was that I said it before is that you don't have to use this QR code generator, but there's lots of them online, but that's your QR code that goes on all your marketing. You can put that onto Facebook. You can put that on anywhere, and it just will load this instantly. So really in a nutshell, I hope like the webinar today is short, but it is short because it's so simple to do. It really is very fast if you're a Locked On user right now to say, well, I'm going to give myself an hour to really get a nice imagery, some good text written, and piece all this together and be live and really start to get the benefit of this in your marketing and your email signatures and sending a lot of people to it. You then just have to stay on top of what we said before, is making sure your testimonials go in. You update your stats maybe at the end of every week, if as soon as you have a sale, you're adding articles, you're adding testimonials, and this is all going onto the site live as you update it. But this is now a living, breathing thing inside of Locked On, which is seconds to maintain, minutes to set up.
And save thousands a year.
Very much.
Look, look. Once upon a time, having an agent site was for the most elite agents because they could throw money at it.
Yeah.
They had admin teams that would update it, and let's just call it the normal agent. I just don't have the budget. Or I don't have the time to do that. Well, this is giving you the tools of the elite agents now on a shoestring budget and done in minutes, not hours, sort of thing. So if anybody that's sitting there wants one of these, Locked On has just got so many amazing features. We're adding more to it. There's no other CRMs out there that are doing this. Go get a demo with Luke. And I think one thing that I'd love you to all do, just practice what we preach. Go to that website and just for the fun of it, fill in the form and see what happens. You will get, we'll practice what we preach. We'll take you to a beautiful website. We'll show you an awesome video. You'll get an automated email. You'll get an automated SMS. Just picture your business like our business, that all that stuff is just happening for you. Guess what? We use Locked On to drive our business as well. So, go and get a demo. Worst case scenario, you get to learn some cool things that we do. Best case scenario, it changes your life and your business.
Yeah, so if you're interested to look at what Locked On can offer and all the plus suites of tools we're building and the things that we've got coming, I'd love to speak to you. But, it's Thursday, right at the end of the day. We've got the Easter long weekend. So first and foremost, everyone be safe and have a great Easter break. But yeah, you can go to that, get started, book a demo with next week, and I can show you more of what Locked On Plus is all about. Thanks again for everyone for your time. I'm going to stop the recording now, and you have a great Easter, and we'll catch up hopefully soon. All the best.
Thank you.